So how would you personally sum up your first season at the Tigers?
First season, a lot of learnings.
Hello and welcome to Win, Learn or Draw.
The Tigers don't lose.
The win or they learn.
The Tigers!
We're in a crocodile roll for our life.
Win and learn from it.
What better person to learn from?
Oh, what are they teaching this place?
Let's go!
Welcome to Win, Learn or Draw, a West Tigers podcast, because the Tigers never lose. The win or they learn. And learn they did on the weekend, 21 points to 20 to the hands of the reigning premiers at Campbelltown College. The streak is now over. Still in third, though. Still in third. Don't panic, people. Still entrenched in the top four after 7 rounds of the National Rugby League. A great game out there on the weekend. I had a great time. I was able to get out there with a couple of friends of the show. We'll get to that in a minute. But, Mort, you're away. We missed you, mate. Good to see you, though. You're back in one piece after a tight 1 point learn on the weekend.
Yeah, I watched it with a couple of mates down. It was actually really cool. We got this Airbnb that had a shed separate to the house that was just, it had 3 TVs, a bar, a pool table, ping pong table, dartboard. Down in Gundaroo.
Yep.
So
where you control the action?
Again, that's Jamboree. But Gundaroo, and then we went to Bungendore, to the Lake George Hotel for the best Carlton draft in New South Wales.
Yes.
Shout out Lake George Hotel.
Yep. I was there for Bucks recently as well. Put that Carlton draft to the test. They do pour a good one.
They do pour a good one. They have the award to show it too. They brought it out and showed me. So that night, though, we watched the game back at the shed at the Airbnb. Yep. Very disappointing. It's funny when you win 3 in a row and you've won 4 of your 5 games and, you're sitting in second, all of a sudden you become a target.
Yeah, you do.
And, other people are like, sucked in when you lose. Whereas, if we lost 21-20 last year or the previous 3 years, you probably get a couple of pats on the back. Like,
you would.
Right.
You go 1 point. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Like,
against the reigning premiers.
Getting closer.
But now we're a force. So you have to expect.
Western Force.
Yeah. Zachy Lomax. Now you have to expect, a target on your back.
You do.
But it was a shame, mate. But yeah, it was a good time down there with a couple of mates, and shame I couldn't be there, but it sounded like a good arvo, good night.
Phenomenal arvo. Do we want to delve into who I was with and what I was doing now, or?
Well, let's wait.
Yeah, okay.
For tackle one, because just wanted to shout out that I was on the West Tigers Faithful podcast.
I was going to say, and a fine job you did too.
Thank you very much. With Mac and Reedy, both very good talents, great voices to represent the West Tigers fan base. We had Joel from the West Tigers podcast on there. It was quite surreal, actually, listening and seeing Joel in action, because I've listened to him for years and years and years on his podcast. So that was pretty cool. We had Kelly from the Ambush / Hear Her Roar.
Yep. Saw Kelly on the weekend out of the game as well.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
I heard you bumped into a fair few West Tigers celebrities.
There was heaps of them out there. Sam Tuaki, almost didn't recognise him with his shirt on. Matty G was out there as well. It was a real who. So it was just saying out there. Definitely, we speak about the Mariana Trench-esque depth that we have at the club right now on the field in the playing ranks. In terms of content creators, the West Tigers must have more than any other club. Like easily,
no doubt.
I would think. Matty, your thoughts? Are the West Tigers the most represented in the content game? Would you say?
I think there's absolutely no doubt about that.
Yeah.
It's absolute daylight for second and daylight for third, to be honest.
Yep. Yeah.
I wonder why.
I wonder why that is. We're just a content machine. We just churn it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
We are. Probably the most spoken about club in the media too.
Correct.
Let's not dance around that fact. The other person that was on the potty and you ran into him, the NRL fanatic.
Yeah.
On fire on the weekend, that sign.
Yeah, he was walking around the Sherwood with his creamy, Jareemy, ice cream Jareem Buller sign. Outstanding. Yep. I saw that he hung around after the game as well and actually got a photo with Jareem next to the cream sign, which I respect the hustle. He's great, the NRL fanatic. You never know what he's gonna whip out or produce sign-wise, He's been in very good form this year, so keep up that good form.
Content king.
Dally M, the content Dally M sign writer of the year. If he's right in the box seat at the moment, 7 rounds in.
Now, just a quick one on the hats.
Yep.
We just announced that we haven't said it on Instagram or anything. We haven't kind of pushed this fact, but there are now only 15 left.
Yep.
So people are hitting us up in the inbox. Saw a couple of YouTube comments asking for them. You'll see one on Sir Hammy Goodman's head right now.
Yep.
15 of these left. The iconic black cord hat.
Yeah.
What's going to happen after that? We don't know.
Who knows? Not for us to say. I might leave it on as a bit of a rolling ad for the rest of the episode.
Idea.
And I'll leave this members one, which you can also cop in an official West Tigers membership pack. If you're worried about sellouts at your Campbelltowns, at your Leichards of the world, get a membership. Scan in, GA, jump on the hill. Robert's your father's brother. Robert, your father's brother.
I've never heard that saying.
You haven't?
No. Robert's your father's brother.
Yeah, Bob's your uncle.
Ah. Now I get it.
Get that one on the way home.
We also knocked 25% off shirts this week. Due
Marlon
to
Samuels sale.
Marlon Samuels sale.
Jump on, grab a shirt.
Grab some shirts. But yeah, people that have bought hats, we will tell you. We were going to try and organise something in Campbelltown, but Hammy had his hands full with a couple of celebrity cameos and catching up with mates, and I was obviously away, so we couldn't quite tee it up for that. But we will tee it up in the next week. I know we've got Lachy this Thursday, but yeah,
won't be there.
Yeah.
Wait for Tackle 6. We'll announce what's
Wait for
happening
Tackle
there.
6.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned last week, the 05 is coming. 05 Club is coming. I struggle with that every week. We got to wait till we get 05 wins, though.
Yep. So that'll be this Thursday at about 10 p.m. That should be up, ready to go.
Perfect.
Yep.
Can't wait for that.
Looking forward to it.
Right, let's get stuck into the game with the 6 again, Hammy. Really disappointing result. I thought tried our guts out. I don't know what it was like at the game. Let's start with that. How was the feeling before the game?
Yep.
In the middle of the game and after the game?
Yep. That's a great order to do it in, really. No, fantastic. Got on the train out there to Lumiere Station.
Yep.
With friends of the show. We've had them on the show in the past. Both of them co-hosts at various times. Kody Totes was out there from Hello Sport, and Lachy Pring as well. We'll hear more from him and his sting.
Both have sat in this seat.
They have.
Yep.
They have. So very closely connected to the podcast. Fantastic afternoon with the boys. Morale was high. Jumped on the train. A little bit of a breakdown in communication, and Kody was unaware that he was supposed to get on a train from Newtown to Central with Lachy. So he had to get a line bike straight from soccer, basically, and met us at Mascot Station. So sort of touch and go there if Kody was going to be joining us on the train. Thank God he did, because he had a lot of great chat on the train out there.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
He's king of chat.
He is. He's very good. So it was good to have him out there. We headed out. Lachy had a little engagement out of the Sherwood beforehand. So that's where we kind of bumped into a lot of the other content creators, got into our work a little bit.
Yep.
About, 6:45, another friend of the show, Adam.Spaz.
Oh, yes.
Came and got around us. Thank you very much, Adam, for the great intro and the re-sound mixed intro, which you'll see on today's show. Thanks for that as well.
Yep.
So that's kind of the crew I'm rolling around with. Lachy, Kody, and Adam.
Wow, all-star cast.
It's a strong top 4.
All-stars.
And yeah, we got into our work up on the Southern Hill, which was
You went to
packed.
Southern Hill, did you?
Southern, so opposite the big, what do you call it?
Northern Hill?
Opposite the other big hill, but the one with we were looking at the scoreboard and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
We're down the other end. There's a lot of chat, like it's all going to be standing. They didn't enforce that much. There's a lot of sitting going on the hill. Probably going to fit a few
During
more.
the game?
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
So-
Yeah, I noticed that in the Newey game that everyone was sitting.
Yeah, and they said that was not going to be the case on Sunday, but it was. So
You were expecting more of a Rory Calhoun crowd
I was.
standing up.
I really was, but didn't get it.
Unfortunately.
It was good. I mean, the game started, a lot of positive vibes, energy. Second half, it more turned to nerves, and kind of the lead got mowed down a little bit. We scored a try that got taken off us with an obstruction call. Jerry Buller scored right in front of us.
Yeah.
Right in front of us, which was everyone was just pumped for that. Got taken off us. The nerves set back in, and I don't know. There was just a bit of a vibe there of like, oh, I don't know. I don't feel great about this. I reckon they're going to grind us out, which ended up happening, sadly. But, you couldn't fault the company. And then on the way home, we were going to jump back on the train, but Adam said, don't be silly, boys. I'm driving. Jump in. So
Nice.
we went over the footbridge, jumped in the car, and then sat in the car park not moving for about 45 minutes, as you do in that Lumiere car
I've
park.
heard about this.
Which was a little bit of a pain in the ass. However, Lachy Pring and his commercial radio content mind sort of sprung into action, and we probably had half an hour in the car park and then another half an hour on the road on the way home of a little game that he drove via Rugby League Project, where he would just pick a random West Tigers game from the last 26 years.
Yeah.
And then he would kind of be the judge / occasionally give us a clue when we needed it, as we tried to rattle off the 1-17 West Tigers who were playing at the time.
Wow.
Great game. If you're ever stuck in a car park,
With Lachy Pring?
Yeah, well, with anybody, but preferably probably a Campbelltown car park or a Leichhardt car park. Fire away. Great game. Got us all the way back to Newtown and Surrey Hills, respectively.
Those guys are so good at games. They're playing in Simple Boys.
Yes.
Lachy and Harvey. I noticed they did one the other day where they'd both name a team
Yep.
at the same time, and then they'd have to say someone who's currently playing for both teams.
They've been doing that one a little while. It's nice. A good race. We did it when I jumped on their podcast at the start of last year. They're good at what they do.
They are good at what
around
they do.
And it was great to have them on board. We've now got a little WhatsApp thread, which you're in now as well, as of this morning. So
nice.
Welcome.
The 05th member.
Yep. That's right.
Perfecto.
Actually, we're just gonna. No one else is coming into that group chat. It's just gonna be called the top 05.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I'll rename it after this.
Now, you mentioned the hype dying down after the lead got mowed down. That little period that we've dominated so well.
Yeah.
We were very let down in this time around. We did score in the 32nd minute, but 37th and 39th minute, or 40th minute, really, we conceded 2 tries.
Yep. In fact, the boys pointed that out. They were going, "This is the time. This is Benji time that you guys have been talking about on the show.
Yeah.
10 minutes before halftime. Usually we win this." That's when you look back, that's probably the period of the game that probably cost us the game.
Well, yeah, I was really beating my chest at 30 minutes or 32 minutes and we'd taken the lead and saying to the boys that I was watching with, like,
here we go.
This is our time. Yep. We'll extend this lead over the next kind of 8 minutes, and we didn't. We were mowed down. So we went into halftime sheds, bit down on our luck. We didn't concede a try in the second half.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive.
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of point scoring in the second half holistically. But it was that period that really kind of let us down. We'll talk about what kind of cost us the game a little bit later. Just want to talk about some positives in tackle one.
Yeah, for sure.
While we can.
Love to.
Sam Finu.
Oh, baby.
Is there a better back rower in the comp right now?
Great call. I don't know if there is.
On both sides of the ball, he is a freak of nature.
Yep. And just doing like stuff that you don't really get stats for, like his ability to get the ball back off short kickoff, short dropouts. He's like a kick target.
Attacking bombs, yeah.
Yep. A bit like, this is a role that probably last year at the Storm and the year before, Eli Katoa it became a thing where like one of your back rowers became a kick target. He's doing that, Sam Finu.
Yep.
Little flick pass, that little assist for the Appy try as well.
That's like Sonny Bill Williams-esque, that kind of stuff.
Freakish.
Like cutting back inside, beating a couple of players, and then just having the presence of mind to flick it inside like that. It's brilliant. And then the setup for the Taylor May try, for the first try as well.
Yes, he
Like
did the catch.
Leaping in the air and just offloading at will.
Outrageous.
He is, a shining light this season.
Would you say he's creamy like apple pie on a Sunday?
Not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite creamy to Reamy.
Yeah.
That gets weirder and weirder every time I hear it.
Does. Let's glaze him a little bit though, because that try that he scored was outrageous as well.
Like a Krispy Kreme donut.
Glazed Talangi.
Original glazed.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. KPP probably had a bit of a quieter game, but that back row duo is still as good as you can get.
Yep.
In the modern day.
Just Jareem like wrapping around, putting Dewey through a hole, then getting back into position to regather the ball and run off. Like he's so quick.
He's so fast.
Outrageous.
Do we look quick as well?
Yeah.
I know in a straight line we do say he's quite quick, but he looked really quick there.
Absolutely.
Love that try. That Dream Baller try. The Dream Baller disallowed one, I think we could probably say fair enough.
No, I don't think so. We were pretty keen on that one at the ground.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So
I think it probably was fair enough to answer your question. But let the boys play
Not
some
on this
footy.
podcast.
Let the boys play some footy. Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I just wanted to call out at the game, I don't know if we've got a separate tackle on it, so pull me up if we do. When the two teams ran out, there was a bit of a moment of like, hang on, who's who here? Like, the kits were very similar, the Kit Laulilis. I don't know why either the Tigers weren't wearing an orange one as a home game. I think it must be related to like they're playing in the at Campbelltown. Hence,
do you
they
think
want
it is?
Well, why else aren't they? Because it was very strange. Both teams essentially wearing black and white. I know it's like a navy and white for the Broncos, but why weren't the Broncos just wearing like their standard kit if we're going to wear the white one? I just don't understand why they agreed. Both teams should be wearing those two kits. It was very confusing at the ground, and I assume even on TV.
It was on. Yeah, it was. A couple of the mates I was with was like, who's who?
Yeah,
Especially when you don't know.
yeah.
They're both new jerseys as well. So, yeah, really strange stuff. Really strange stuff. The Broncos one, have they even like revealed that or anything? It's like they ran out in it.
No, they have. It's like a one that pays tribute to Cyril Connell. He was a famous talent scout for the Broncos, and over the years he's identified a lot of talent and all that sort of stuff. So comes from a good place, that jersey. I just wonder why this particular game, was the one that it's going to be their away jersey basically all year. They're going to wear the white one a lot less apparently. So get used to it. But
it's a nice jersey. It's just
seems strange.
Strange to play it against the Tigers. Another big highlight, another big positive. How good was Terrell May?
Unbelievable.
One of his best games in Tigers colours, I would say.
Yes, and there's been some rippers as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
7 tackle breaks, 236 metres, 3 offloads. How did it feel out there seeing him? Thanks, Matty. I just had to move my chair. This microphone's got a mind of its own.
Yeah. No, he was ripping. He looked great. Just a lot of tough carries. Obviously, looked threatening. It took a lot of Broncos to bring him down. They were clearly a little bit concerned about him. And I think he probably stepped up because it was, at least for the first 30 minutes, whatever, Payne Haas opposite him last year. There was all the chat about those two guys kind of being the standard settings for the season. So I'm sure he was keen to lift a gear, but he's been great right through the year. And this one's easily his best game for the year, I'd say.
Yeah, and he played big minutes again, 68 minutes each, 12-71. So, yeah, look, the Petrochemicals engine room did their job. They came up against a tough pack. Xavier Willison had a blinder.
Yep.
The Brisbane pack, whilst under strength, played pretty well. But yeah, a couple of highlights there: Sam Fainu, Terrell May, and from the sounds of it, the company that you kept were all the highlights.
They were fantastic. Some of their best performances this year as well.
Very good. All right, tackle 2, the stats. I just want to run you through these, Hammy. Stats don't lie. In this case, maybe they do. 199 runs for us versus 159. 1881 run meters versus 1494. 611 post-contact meters versus 487. 6 line breaks versus 4. 32 tackle breaks versus 24. 44 meter set distance versus 38. 167 kick return meters versus 128. 1 offload 17-4 and had less missed tackles. And we still learned.
Yeah.
What do you put that down to?
Yeah.
If you could sum it up. I think I've got a 2-word answer.
Yeah.
Adam Reynolds.
Yeah.
I went on the West Tigers Faithful podcast last week. They said, what are you worried about? I said Adam Reynolds. And Mac, host of the West Tigers Faithful podcast, said, I don't know. He's a bit past it. He's tore us apart in the past, but, he can't keep doing it. He had a blinder.
Yeah, he was good.
Just typical Reynolds, like ball on a string, like passing, inside ball to Ben Tulty. He just kind of, I don't know, he steps up in games like that. We dominated every facet of the stats, basically.
Yep.
Apart from the score.
Yep.
Even the presence of mine to kick a field goal 10 metres out, 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, everyone thought it was a bit early at that point to do it. And he goes, no, let's do that. We'll back ourselves in to defend that. And they did. He was very good. I feel like he's the kind of player who saves a lot of his best performances for us, sadly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is the case.
And this was the case again on the weekend. Because there's a lot of, will he even play? There was, it was Duffy who played the week before. There was a bit of chat that he was going to roll out again. And I was feeling a lot more comfortable when that was the case. But, too good, too experienced. He was a big ingredient of why they ended up winning the game, I think, for sure.
I saw his name come out in Team List Tuesday and was like, damn it.
Yeah.
Really hoping he'd be out for another week. Ezra Mam had a pretty good game too, but you look at those stats and you would say that we dominated the game. We won possession as well. Again, being a big part of our kind of game plan this year is holding on to the ball, keeping it for as long as possible. I think we had 56% maybe to their 44%. But it's just, it's a real shame that to see us kind of dominate all those stats and then come away with 0 points.
Yeah, it's a tough one. If you had said at the start of the year, though, we'd learn to the reigning premiers by 1 point, I would have taken it. Yes, they had some injuries and all that sort of stuff, but it's not like we got completely hammered. We weren't a million miles away from it. You know, we still played reasonably good footy. So disappointing, yes. You know, hopefully we just bounce back this week against the Milk back at the 8th. But
I think if we keep up the way we played, like you can't really knock a lot of errors. And how about we jump into tackle 3?
yeah,
And we speak about errors and disappointment.
sadly, yes.
Probably deserves his own tackle for the wrong reasons, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You said a lot of pundits have been asking you your opinion on this.
Yeah.
Hey, Marcia McInnes,
Yep.
18 years old, right? Let's not forget that.
Yes.
Under 10 NRL first grades under his belt thus far.
Yep.
Remember all that when we talk about this. But that probably one of the biggest howlers of our last 20 minutes
Yeah.
you could possibly have.
Yeah. Probably 4 misdemeanors in the last 10 minutes he'd like to have over again. And yeah, we sort of said that on the hill on Saturday. Yeah, the first one was probably the key one, which was just, I think Buller just passed one to him off a kick return, and he just went down, unfortunately. That was the moment, that was the kind of the first little domino that fell.
Yep.
Then there was a high ball,
Yep.
missed tackle, and something else I'm missing here as well. But there's another.
He gave away a penalty.
Gave away a penalty. So there's a few things that kind of went on in that 10 minutes. He just looks very low on confidence. And I think when his tail's up, and we saw it in the preseason, he's unstoppable. He's so exciting. He's only 18 though. I wonder whether it would just serve him better to just go and dominate some blokes and just bosh some people in the Reggies for a week or two.
Yep.
I'm not saying for the full rest of the season, but just let him go and just tow some people up for a couple of weeks. Get his tail up again. Bring him back in because his best is good enough. And he's tried his arse off when things haven't gone his way so far this year, and he's had a couple of errors. One thing you can't fault him for is he still just bursts into contact. A lot of these big dogs are like target. Like James Fisher-Harris went after him when we played the Warriors. He's never dropped his bundle with any of that sort of stuff, but he does look a little bit low on. We haven't had a big highlight moment from him in the NRL season proper yet this year. We had a lot of them in the preseason. I just wonder whether it's just, in his best interest to let him just get a bit of confidence for a couple of weeks and then get him back in and let him rip again. That's probably where I'm at with it. And we're blessed at the moment. We've spoken ad nauseum about the Mariana Trench-esque
Yeah, we
depth that
have.
we have. Let's tap into it. Let's bring someone in. We should have Tavana back in the next couple of weeks. Could stick him out there. Skelton, I mean, he's floating around ready to go as well. So
Yep.
I'll be looking at one of those guys maybe. Just give him a spell for a week or two. Ricky's just done it down in Canberra as well with Tamale.
Tamale asked for it though, didn't he? I think he
Allegedly.
Yeah.
The point is though that they've put him back down to find some
form.
Some form. And I think that would probably serve him well too. Because his best is good enough to be in there for sure.
Definitely. And I think Benji knows better than anyone how to deal with a situation like this, right? Like Benji's, and pardon me, an out-and-out classy man manager. He will know exactly what McInnes needs in this situation.
Yeah.
In fact, he's been in this situation himself a little bit. Benji used to, sometimes get put to the bench across his multiple clubs that he was at. So he needs
Benchy
Marshall. He needs to understand maybe McInnes drops back to that 18th, 19th man, plays 20 minutes at the end of the game if that's the way the game plan goes.
Yep.
But yeah, getting reps in Reggie's might be the best way forward. He looks shaken, doesn't he?
Not stirred. Like he did in that very suave photo shoot he did a couple of weeks ago.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been getting bashed this year. Like you said, they've had a number of big boys going after him, and he's popped back up every time and given it his best, but he's not the attacking powerhouse that we need him to be at the moment. Pushing him to the left wing, I think we were all pretty confident that was the right move to do. But yeah, just very, very down. Now, there's two ways this could go, right? A tap on the shoulder and how you go down to Reggie's could knock his confidence even further.
Yeah.
Maybe initially it does, and then he plays a couple of blunders and comes back, with the way that he can play. Or, pardon me, or he takes it on with positivity and uses it as motivation to get back to where he needs to be.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be the latter. Everyone gets dropped at some stage, a couple of times, all the great players in any, doesn't matter what sport it is. So, yeah. I reckon it would just serve him. It'd just help him find his mojo again. Get him going.
So what do you do with the lineup? If Skelton straight in
I
there?
think I'd just straight swap for Skelton. You're going to get your 250 odd meters out of him.
Yep. Yep.
That's a big number, but that's what he's been whipping out. When he came on a couple of weeks ago, 60 minutes he played. What was that round? Was that the round 2 game against the Cowboys?
Yeah, it was.
He ran 240 metres. He's a beast. He has got the odd handling error in him as well.
Yep.
But he's played, what you'd say, 40 first-grade games. He's a big rig. I'd probably just make the straight swap there for the time being.
Right, we'll see. Team List Tuesday, what Benji does with this situation. It's a very tricky one.
Yeah.
Very tricky one. Because on the other side of it, he could pick him and be like, mate, I'm backing you 100%, and that could work.
Yes.
You know, that could help him be like, okay, the coach has got my back, team's got my back.
Yep.
Away I go. Leichhardt Oval as well.
Leichhardt Oval, playing the Raiders. Who have they got on their right wing at the moment?
Jed Stewart.
Might be a good matchup for him. Maybe this is where he can find his form.
Okay. I'm gonna pick him if I'm Benji.
Yep.
Just Leichhardt Oval, packed house against Jed Stewart.
Yep.
May as well
Fill
be
your boots, son.
May as well be playing reserve grade if he's up against Jed Stewart. No offense, Jed. Tackle 4, another bit of a negative one, but we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
This is our red zone attack. We were in there 20 lots on Saturday night,
We were.
and we didn't bear any fruit. We'll rarely bear any fruit. It's like we're relying on kind of long range, kind of freakish efforts from your Deweys and your Bullers and your Paddy Herberts and whatnot.
Yep.
When we're in the opposition 20, I got this off Backyard Bets on Twitter. 12.7%. I try to figure out what that meant. I'm assuming sets, maybe one in every kind of 8 sets we score a try.
Yep.
And we're ranked 14th in the opposition
boy.
20 in red zone. That's this year.
Yep.
And then our defense, 15.8. So one in every kind of 6 sets, I guess we're conceding. So that's ranked 11th. Conversely, the Brisbane Broncos are 20.2%. So one in every 5 sets they're scoring a try. So they're ranked 5th. And only one in every kind of 10 sets they're conceding, ranked 3rd. So that was always going to be a problem,
Yes.
that red zone coming into this game. So I pose you a few questions, and we kind of covered it in tackle 3, but do you get Savannah back in that team as an aerial threat? I think we proved it against Parramatta, and was the other game he played. But anyway, he just shows that we can have, if Jock Madden gets the ball, or Dewey or Luai, they can just chip it over to his wing. And all of a sudden we have a genuine red zone threat.
I like that. That was a big tick when he was playing a couple of weeks ago. I think he's injured at the moment. I don't think it's just a straight drop.
True,
in.
yeah, you're right.
There's a bit of chat from the boys as well, from the Top 05 WhatsApp group chat. Is he apparently not a top 30 player and they had to get a dispensation to let him play?
Correct, yeah.
So that might be a bit of a factor as well. So I don't know how they kind of get around that or make a call to get him a bit more involved. But I love the look of him. And again, if they do have a look at somebody instead of Makasini, he would be great. Like, because he scored some of those unbelievable tries on the left wing in the preseason as well. So he can play on either wing. He does give us a good threat there. And I love that Jock's combination with him when they were playing together. It was a nice, clear plan. Every time we got down there, you know, he'd just take his time, set up, and just go, I'm just going to kick to Tavana's wing, which we don't have that at the moment. Yeah, and it looks like we just need 1 or 2 little set plays or things that we can just work towards because, you want to get that percentage up a little bit more in the opposition 20.
Yeah, for sure. And he was on the outer at Christmas time, Tavana.
Yes.
And then trained the house down in the preseason, apparently, and has now been extended for a couple of years. One of the qualms we do have is we need to upgrade him to play him unless there's injuries. So Makasini, if he was to go play reserve grade, you can't just automatically put Tavana in. For that reason, it has to be injury-led. So, maybe a reason we're not picking him, but you're right. He has a little hammy strain or something out at the moment, little Ryan Goodman.
Yes.
What about during this week? We just spend all week practicing red zone attack. We've nailed everything else.
Yeah.
Got everything else down pat. Fitness is, basically unmatched. Broncos look fit, but that being fit doesn't win you games in the inside 20 of the opposition. No. So I feel like we need to really nail down some plays. Looks like we got some scrum plays.
Yep.
Kind of working okay. That Buller no try was
nice. You could see him kind of, creeping around and getting out of the back of the scrum nice and early there to make it work.
Yep. So, I feel like, Yeah, just because like in the NFL, they have these things called 4-minute drills. So if there's 4 minutes to go in the game, it's like all about holding on to the ball and making sure you score in the last kind of possession of the game. So they do that regularly in training. So I'm thinking, let's just practice our inside 20s. Benji,
You want to get us down there?
if you listen, if you want a couple of good rugby league minds, I know you listen because I've heard you say learn and lesson so many times in press conferences.
It can't be a coincidence anymore.
Can't be.
Simply can't.
He needs to get them right in that inside 20.
Yeah.
Once we master that, we win the comp.
We'll be unstoppable. Yep.
Tackle 5.
Yes.
Todd Smith, referee.
I thought it was Corey Horsburgh.
Could have been mistaken. Just as emotional as Corey Horsburgh.
Yeah.
Couple of refereeing howlers.
Yeah.
Now, look, he's just doing his job. Out there in the middle, he can only do what is in front of him. Loud Campbelltown crowd.
17,500 screaming fans.
Some screamers out there, including yourself.
Yep.
Now, if Macassini's no try last week, where Dom Young's forearm is on his back, is a completed tackle.
Yeah.
Appy Coruscant on Xavier Willison, my friends, is a completed tackle. There's no way he was not touching him whilst he was on the ground with the ball on the
Ridiculous.
ground. And then he gets up. So everyone kind of obviously play to the whistle. That's the one rule you get taught as a kid. But everyone kind of reset for the next tackle and the next play. And he stood up and passed the ball.
Yeah.
What was the feel at the ground?
The vibe wasn't great if your name's...
A lot of booing.
A lot of booing. They weren't saying boo Broncos. They were booing. People weren't happy, and rightly so. I mean, he did have a little bit of momentum or whatever, but he was on the ground, on the deck with a limb on him. That's enough. Tackle.
A classic legs tackle too. Like, if you can't reward a tackle like that, what can you reward?
Oh, 100%.
And then, spread it wide. Nice ball from Ezra, to be fair, but...
Was a nice ball.
You can't... Yeah, but I could throw that.
Yeah.
If the opposition had thought it was held 20 seconds ago. Probably one of the worst calls, and Maddie and I were talking about this in the green room prior to the show.
Orange room.
Of course, sorry. Maddie, can we get your take on this Appy Coruscant not square at marker, chopping of the arm call? What was the ruling?
Well, what I saw was he played the ball.
Yep.
He took, I'm going to say 3 steps.
Yep.
And then Appy Coruscant chopped his arm and he dropped the ball. Seemed like a knock-on to me. Seemed like it. I was watching the screen and I was like, that is disgusting that they call that a penalty.
All of that is legal.
Yeah.
He was square. He let him kind of waltz out. It was that young Broncos hooker. Did the perfect arm bat.
Yeah.
Did not touch the ball.
Yep.
Clearly goes forward. And the ref, he didn't even call it for not square. He called it for like hitting at his arm. Is that not allowed?
No, it's allowed.
It's allowed.
I always thought it was allowed.
He must have thought he was offside, but like he wasn't.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it was an absolute shocker. I couldn't believe it when I saw that.
That one didn't go down well at Campbelltown either.
So I wouldn't have thought so.
No.
So you think about that situation, right, where this young fella knocks it on from an Appy masterclass, and we get the ball. Instead, it goes 2018. Adam Reynolds knocks one over and makes it 20-all.
Yeah.
Talk me through. I don't understand. There needs to be an investigation.
It does. What do they need? Bigger high definition TVs? I mean, come on. I couldn't make. Yeah, that was a bit of a stinker as well.
Was that down your end or the other end?
No, that was down the other end.
Down the northern
That was
end.
sort of northern end.
Very weird stuff. Very weird stuff.
Yeah.
You've written here forward passes as well.
There was a couple of forward passes. I wasn't sure if we were playing the Denver Broncos rather than the Brisbane Broncos at one point. They did call one back, thank God. In fact, there was 2 that probably saved us because they were going over on a couple of those ones. But there's a couple that we weren't happy with on the hill as well that should have been called back. But
Okay.
just a bit of just a few for Corey Horsburgh to go back and have a look at over the course of the week and improve on for next time.
The league's darlings getting the dark blue and white carpet rolled
out for him. It always happens. Hey, there was a debutant for, I think he was a debutant for the Broncos, Cameron Bukowski.
Yeah,
Now,
he's the guy who got his arm chopped.
Yes.
Yep.
We were trying to film a bit of this at the time, but we couldn't get him on camera when we needed him down our end. Bukowski. Sound familiar? There's a lot of Bukowski.
Yeah.
You didn't file your paperwork last night. Don't let it happen again. So it's a shame we couldn't capture that as content on the night. But next time, when we play the Broncos in the grand final, if he's playing, we'll make something happen with that.
Monsters Inc. for those unaware.
Monsters Inc. Yeah.
Yep. A great film from the Walt Disney
What do you think of
Company.
Monsters University?
I've not seen it.
Yeah?
Haven't seen The Graduation.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
It's actually a prequel. Yeah, because they're back in college where they're studying to become
Scary Monsters.
scary monsters. So
You any chance there'll be a third one, you reckon?
I would say so. Why not? If you've got a successful franchise like that, you'd be silly to not.
John Goodman, Billy
Very
Crystal still.
Yeah, what a
still
combo.
kicking goals.
What a combo.
We digress. Tackle 6.
Yes.
Tell us more. I know you teased it last week, but
Yeah, in
the
fact, I
punters
think we
wanna
said
know
it fairly explicitly last week, but it's worth reheating it and saying it again. This Thursday, we can't go to the 8th Wonder of the World. Emotional stuff. We're going to... in fact, I've done my last dash at the 8th Wonder before it gets redeveloped. Sad times. I'll be away for the third game as well.
At least you got to see a clinic.
I did. I left it on a good note. But won't be there this Thursday because we are doing the Hello Sport live stream. Very excited for that. So make sure you head over to the Hello Sport YouTube channel Thursday evening. We'll be hanging around there, watching other famous Tigers win a teaching, which will be
If you're not at the game, if you're not at Leichhardt University, if you're not at the 8th, what are you doing if you're not watching the Hello Sport live stream, right?
Yeah. The great thing about it as well, it is a live stream, so it's best enjoyed live.
Yep.
But if you are at the game, they do put it up as a podcast and you can listen to it later or you can go back and watch it. So you got so many options there. It'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. They've had some great streams this year. Some friends of the show. Ella was on there the other week.
Yes.
One of their best streams they've done this year. So the bar's been set high. We're looking forward to getting on there and ripping though. It should be good fun.
Yeah, on my drive back from Gundaroo yesterday, I did whack the podcast on of the live stream from Thursday. They had Roo and Timmy
Yep.
on. Turbo got injured. It was pretty good listening.
And it was all Timmy's fault. As
yeah,
well.
didn't captain him.
Yes. Yep. Gonna have a crack at getting Timmy if he's listening for this week's episode.
Yeah.
As well. Now, potentially exciting news. We're going to be coming a little bit earlier this round than previous rounds because I've got to go to Melbourne for work next Monday. We're going to record Win, Learn or Draw, the wash up from the Raiders game on Friday afternoon.
Whoa,
So it'll be out-
groundbreaking.
It'll be out for the weekend. Hopefully that works with Timmy and his schedule too. He might be able to get him up to town and maybe go and watch the 6 p.m. game somewhere straight after. But that'll be good.
I think it works well. You don't want to wait till Monday to talk about something that happened on Thursday.
No, it's a bit of more than half a week.
That's ages away.
Ridiculous. Lunacy.
Well,
So
there you
anyway,
go. Hello Sports stream Thursday night.
Yep.
Catch the boys on there. Got a few things cooking.
Yep. Literally.
Oh, yeah. Good tease.
Yeah.
Good tease. Good tease.
Yep. You're welcome.
Right, let's go to a break.
Love
and
to.
after that, do you actually?
Yeah.
Do you love going to breaks?
Yep.
Perfect. All right, let's go. Let's go to a break, and after that, we'll whip out a nice little top 05. Oh, I'd love a golly right now.
Hock tour. Give us a big Adam Seyfarth style one where it just sits on your lip and you suck it back in.
What about Seyfarth not getting a run?
Could have used him in a tight one.
Could have used him.
No wonder Backfence Brown didn't send a raw emotion in. Spoiler alert. Coming to terms with the fact that Chugga didn't get on.
So I know Madden came on.
Yep.
And Benji was saying that was a result of Paddy Herbert getting a bit tight. So it wasn't a game plan play. It was a forced change, apparently.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that? We haven't touched on it in a tackle, but we might as well do it very quickly before the top 05. Thoughts on Jock coming on? Does change things a lot. You know, Dewey went out to centre, which he still played really well. Got a couple of line breaks, nipped away. But he's a very different style of player to Dewey. He's more of a setter. When he came on, I was quite surprised with like 5 to go there, where we ended up running it on the last down the left-hand side, the far side of the field.
Yep.
I thought they might have set up and just gone, let's just get Jock in range, sink a field goal, send it to Golden Point.
Yeah.
But I think it was Luai got the footy.
Yep.
And he took it to the left. And,
Overrode the call, maybe.
Well, I just felt like if we've got Jock on, I wonder if we're going to defer to that more kind of conventional halfback setting stuff up. And I almost thought maybe it was a tactical thing. It's getting tight. Let's manage the game and win it and ice
I mean, I think if we won, Benji probably would have said it was a tactical change.
Yeah.
But at this point, he said Paddy Herbert was a little bit tight. I think we did have Skelton on the bench, though, so we probably could have put another outside back on.
Yeah.
So you would have to think there were slight tactics involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows obviously better than we do, but yeah, Jock, he's just like an 80-minute game manager, right? Like that's his quality. So I don't know if he's going to set the world on fire at the end of a game, but it was worth a roll of the dice.
What'd you make of Ben Dobbins' remarks?
I will mirror what First in Raw Reece Smith said in the comments on Triple M NRL. Can somebody please take the microphone off that? Just every now and then. You know, sometimes.
Did he actually say? Just for those.
Push Dewey to centre.
Yep.
And go with Matt and Luai.
Yep.
Dewey should be able to. Dewey's first picked every week.
Yeah.
He should be able to play wherever he wants.
Yeah.
If he wants to go to lock, let him go to lock. If he wants to go to centre, let him go to centre. But we said pre-season and we said ad nauseum, we want Dewey, Luai as 6-7 for the whole year. Look, let's jump into.
Let us know in the comments your thoughts.
Please let us know.
Who
in the
should
comments.
play where? Just not every position on the team, just those three players.
Actually, would love to get the students' take on this.
Yeah.
What is your why we don't need to make wholesale changes.
No.
We lost to the reigning premiers at Campbelltown. Learn to the reigning premiers. How would your 17 look? Your 19 look?
Sock it to us in the comments, please.
Very keen to hear it. Good news. I've found the top 05 opener
Nice.
pre-game.
Interesting. I was, this was touched on in the car on the way back about you explaining that we've got to play it, otherwise Lachy will get angry and he won't get his royalties. He goes, that's really not how I remember it. In fact, Elliot hit me up and said, can you please record something that sounds like Pearl Jam's Alive?
Yes.
Yeah. He goes, I'm not angry. It's just interesting that he makes me out to be someone who's like annoyed that my opener won't get played when he asked for it.
Well, he's not here to defend himself, so I just need to deflect.
Yep.
When I can't find it. But now I found it.
You've got it. How good. It's a great little sting. So
I mean, look, thank you, Lachy. You are one of the greatest gifts to this podcast that we've ever had, and we appreciate this opener. I apologise for deflecting, and here it is. Oh, press play. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the top 05. Now, by my calculations, Patrick Herbert went off at about the 60th minute.
Yep.
And we were up. So as a West Tigers first grader, in fact, even pre-seasoner, he's at 100%.
Wow.
Never lost a game. Never learned.
Yes.
Uneducated. Patrick Herbert, he was up 2 from 2.
Desmond.
So I'm going to run through, in honour of Patrick Herbert, the most winningest Tigers players of all time.
Wow.
The Tigers players with the highest win percentage.
The highest IQ.
The highest, or the lowest, because they've learned the least.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yep.
The dumbest Tigers players of all time. They must have played 20 games, and that's it.
Okay.
Okay, in first grade. Number 1. Now, when I read this guy's name, my laptop's behind the mic. Okay.
Yeah.
When I read this guy's name, I did not recall him, but he played 27 games between 2010 and 2011.
Wow.
27 games.
Yep. Not Matt Grote.
Mark Flanagan.
Yeah, I do remember.
You do
Mark
remember
Flanagan.
him?
Yes. Yep.
I, for the life of me, looked at photos of him, and could not remember
Yeah.
a Mark Flanagan.
He was like a tallish kind of back rower kind of.
Tall back rower.
Yeah.
From England.
Yeah. Yes.
So, an English second rower who joined from Wigan.
Yep.
For the 2010 season. Played mostly off the bench.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that. Bald guy.
Left at the end of 2011. Spent most of 2011 in reserve grade, but came back for the last few games and the finals run in 2011.
Yeah.
So played 20-odd games in 2010 and then 6 or 7 games in 2011.
Good era at the club.
Well, most of these players come from this era.
Okay.
The most winningest players.
Yeah, well.
He's got a winning record of 59.3%.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's almost 2 out of 3.
It is almost very close. He's from memory, a good player. Shame we didn't see more of him.
Yeah, 2 years. Probably. Well, he went back to England after 2011. He's now the founder and CEO of Pot Kettle Black, an independent coffee shop and bakery group
Wow,
in the United Kingdom.
how good!
So go
Great
on.
name for a chain of coffee shops.
One thing you'll find here is I'm going to talk about what these players are doing after
Good.
career, because
I want to know how they're applying that success off field as well.
Correct.
Is what I want to know.
that's great. Because they might not have learned a lot in rugby league, but they learned a lot in the real world
Yeah.
outside of rugby league.
Good to hear.
Number 2, you'll probably know this guy, Lottie Takiri,
Yep.
59.6%. He played 52 games,
Raised the bat.
won 31, and learned 21.
Nice.
Pretty good. After a long rugby hiatus, he returned to rugby league with the Tigers for 4 seasons from 2010 to 2013. Suffered a broken arm in 2012. I don't even remember. He used to wear a big kind of guard on it.
Yep, like Buzz Lightyear.
It was a lot like Buzz Lightyear,
Yeah.
or an NFL quarterback with all the plays
Yes.
on it as well.
Yeah.
He sat out most of the 2013 season with the broken arm. It didn't heal correctly. He came back for the last few games, and the Tigers opted not to extend him. Went over to Ireland, had a 3-month stint in Irish rugby. Don't know if you recall that.
No.
Kind of popped in my head when I read it, but don't fully recall it. And then he went on the following year. I don't know if you remember this, Matty. Do you know what he did in 2014?
Yeah, I recall.
I have a pretty strong memory of what he did.
He won the comp with South Sydney.
Yeah.
So a couple of good years at the Tigers, I would say. Lottie was a strike weapon for us, and one of our most winningest players ever. In fact, our 4th most winningest player ever
Nice.
to play more than 20
What's he
games.
doing now?
He's now managing partner of an influencer marketing agency
Is he?
called Whozu. You've never got a call from them?
No.
Well,
Who's it?
maybe you could offer your services to
I
Lottie
would-
Takiri
I'd
and the
love to.
Whozu crew.
Lottie, if you're listening, DMs are open.
15,000 plus followers for Hammy Goodman.
Let's go.
Lottie, if you're listening, which I'm sure you are,
Yep.
Please help,
Almost
Hammy.
as many as were at the 9th the other day.
almost as many. You could have gained a few more there.
Yeah, if people were standing on the hill, but
They weren't.
yeah.
They were sitting. Number 3, still in the system of the Tigers, Simon Dwyer.
Yep, nice.
Great player, 60% win record, played 35, won 21, learned 14 from 2009 to 2011. Only 2 appearances in 2009 in his debut year. He won both, 100% win record
Yep.
in 2009. He won 12 from 18 in 2010. That's strong.
Yes,
By my calculations, that is 2 out of 3.
it is. Spot on.
Then his career was tragically cut short in 2011, suffering brachial plexus injury in a game against the Bulldogs. That injury, for those that don't know, he tore 5 nerves away from his spinal cord. He did quite an innocuous tackle, went in for a 16-hour surgery, was unsuccessful, unfortunately. Now has no use of the arm that he hurt in that game.
Yep.
But he's gone on to great things. He's a life member of the West Tigers for his services to the club. He's an assistant coach at the moment, a performance analyst, and as I mentioned, a life member. So whilst his on-field career was cut tragically short, he's still very involved
Yes.
with the West Tigers, which
you
is great. to
You
see.
always see him around at the games and
Yep.
in the coach's box doing
Yes.
the damn thing.
Yep.
Hell of a player. There's big raps on him from people who know a lot about their footy. I remember Gus Gould even pumping him up back in the day. And
Oh, no.
yeah, I know, trying to pinch him.
Cream apple pie.
But a shame we didn't see more of him on the field. But great record, and he comes in at number 3.
Number 3 for Simon Dwyer. Number 4, this may shock you, Mitch Brown.
Oh, really?
Mitch Brown, 40 games for the club, 126.
Holy
Learned
Macastine.
Learned 14 from 2010 to 2011. So 4 years at Cronulla, Tigers signed him, saw something.
Yep.
More of a Mariana Trench depth signing during
Yeah,
that
yeah.
period. 40 games in 2 years, mostly to cover injuries to players like Molson, Takiri and Chris Lawrence. Mm-hmm. All pretty injury prone, those 3.
Yep. And a rare case where we actually pinched one from the Sharks, who were taking a lot of our players around that era.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, Bo Ryan. Woodsy had a stint there. Did he? Did Woodsy go to the Sharks? Did I make that up? I think I've made that
No,
up.
if you went to the Sharks.
He did, yeah.
After
the Bulldogs, though.
Hyington,
Hyington, yep.
Fafita.
For Foyder. We wish we held him. So he played, 2010, 2011, 20 games each year. Won 26. Pretty impressive. 65% win record. That's almost 2 out of 3.
It is. Almost is.
He went to the Dogs in 2012 after one game for the Tigers in the 2012 season.
I remember that, yep.
Yep, left not even mid-season, early season, and did his ACL before he played a game.
Poor bloke.
Oh, before he played a game for the Dogs. Went to the Dogs, ACL, out for the rest of the year. 2013, played for the Dogs for a few more years, went back to Cronulla for a little kind of farewell tour, but the second most winningest Tiger of all time. Now a mortgage broker.
Oh, good on him.
So for all your mortgage needs.
Yeah. He was safe. His house is under the highball, and now he's doing the damn thing in real life.
You see the Lachy coot.
Yes.
I used to run into brick walls, now I sell them. That's funny stuff.
Oh, good on him.
Good on you, Lachy. So far we've got Mark Flanagan, Lottie Takiri, Simon Dwyer, Mitch Brown.
Stacked field.
All of these players played from 2010 to 2011.
Yeah.
Pretty winning era.
It was.
Number 1. Oh, sorry. How dare I? Number 05.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Wade McKinnon.
Wade McInnes,
Yep.
the fullback.
The most winningest West Tiger of all time.
Wow.
Played 22, won 15. Only learned 7 times in his Tigers career.
Wow.
2010 to 2011, came over mid-season in 2010.
Yep.
Malton, ACL, called upon Wade McKinnon to come over and play fullback for us. He won 5 of 6 games that year, 83.333 repeater % winning record. But he was a bit limited himself with a hamstring injury over those 2 years, hence only playing 22 games. Won 10 of 16 the next year, but lost his spot when Malton came back.
Yeah. Great player. We got him from the Warriors?
Got him from the Wars. He went to the Super League in 2012, had a pretty successful career over there.
Yes. I remember going to a game at Campbelltown against also the Wars, I believe, and he got sent off controversially.
Did he?
Yep.
What did he do?
It was like a bit of a controversial high tackle or tackle someone in the air, something of that ilk. It was the first send-off of the year, I think.
Okay.
At that point. But yeah, it was wasn't a clear-cut one. It was a bit, how you doing? And it summed up a tough day for us at the office. I think the Wires got the job done. I think we learned.
So, do we count that one if he got sent off? He didn't really learn that day, did he?
No, you can take that one off.
There you go, the most winning.
I like it.
He's now a firefighter in Auckland, by the way.
Is he?
So he knows how to put out fires by coming over and, covering for an injured ACL
Yes.
fullback. Now a firefighter in Auckland.
Hey, it puts him out for real.
Honourable mentions to Danny Galea,
Yep.
58.8%. Paul Fatawira, 55.9%. Todd Payton, 55%. Tim Moulton,
Yes.
53.3%. Matt Utai, 52.5%. And the great Owen Craigie at 52.2%.
Nice.
A great list there. Do
There are some great names there, even in the honourable mentions.
you want to hear a dishonourable mention?
I'd love to.
John Bateman, won 5, learned 27 times.
Oh, boy.
32 games for the West Tigers, learned 27 times.
Learned so much. He even did a student exchange program halfway through a season and went over to the UK.
That's right.
Yeah.
He did a student exchange
Oh,
program.
boy.
He absolutely did. But there you have it. The top 05 greatest winners for the Tigers. I expect this current crop to overtake those names that we
By
just
the end
heard
of the season.
by the end of the season.
Yeah.
A lot of young players there at the moment who haven't learned a great deal
Yeah,
and expect them not to.
for sure. That was great. Should we put a bow on it with Locky's sting again? Just to round
Locky's
it out?
closer.
Yep. That was
Well,
outstanding. A great top 05.
Yeah, he'll be
I loved
filthy
it.
if I don't play it. So back to the start.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. That's probably...
Oh, okay.
Don't you hate when you're trying to show someone something and you can't? So. Nice.
There you go, Lock.
Love it. He'll be chuffed with that.
Yep.
The
What's the time for?
time.
What's it time for?
What's it time for? It's time for raw emotion. ROAR, spelt, it's the same way that you spell the noise that a tiger makes. And it's your raw, RAW, emotion. Straight after a game, we want to hear what you got to think about the game, your thoughts on the result, the state of play at the club. We'd love to hear your voice. So we've got, just like we had in the top 05, a pretty stacked field here. Some great contributors, some great contributions. Some people we haven't heard from in a little while who are dipping back in.
Right.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 here because one's come through this morning, which I haven't vetted yet.
Well, who could that be?
That'll be Reese Fainu.
Oh, I'm very curious to hear if this is a largely positive response to the result, or if we're going to get some kind of realistic, pessimism.
I think
as
there's
a result of a loss.
There's
or
a bit of a
learn.
mix here. Bit of a mix.
Okay.
New ball goes to Toby King today, who's got 2 voice notes for us. So, all right, over to you, Toby King.
I'm so fucking pissed off right now, man.
Okay.
Oh, I fucking hate the Broncos. What the fuck?
It's all right, Toby. Keep it together.
Keep it together, Tobes.
After a brief moment of reflection and calming down, I am still furious, but I don't know what to say other than numerous swear words, and I've already got that out. So, on to next week. Take on the Raiders, I believe at Leichhardt, I think, is the go.
Correct.
So, up the Tigers. There's always next week. Let's go.
I think you summed up pretty well what a lot of Tigers fans are feeling. A bit of an initial extreme frustration,
Yep.
but then a little bit of perspective after. You know, the Broncos they're a good team. We march on to the 8th this week, Leichhardt. It's all right. Just
The good thing about that is it's raw, right?
It
He gets in straight away.
He does.
Shows us what a raw emotion looks like, ROAR.
yep.
They say in the workplace, if you get a little bit cranky, you step away from the keyboard. So if you get cranky, unleash the beast within the Win, Learn or Draw inbox.
Yep.
Step away, come back.
Yep.
Let us know how you're feeling after that.
Yeah, I
You gotta
encourage
vent.
that. Once you've vented a little bit, just check in again, just to let us know that you're all.
That is provided we learn again this year.
That's
I
right. Which
don't
we
know if
probably
will.
won't. We
Yeah.
probably won't.
I don't know if we will.
Over to Josh Farrell. All I've got here is that he had a bit of despite a learn, he had a reasonably good weekend, particularly Supercoach related. So over to Josh.
Lads, what a roller coaster of a night. Firstly, I captained Latrell in my Supercoach team. Thank you for coming.
Well done.
177.
Then Batman goes over early for us and all looks well. We then concede on the wing to Josiah, someone, doesn't matter. And Buller goes over to save the day. Now, right before half-time, we concede 2, which notoriously we're known for coming back 10 minutes before half-time.
True.
But anyway, we looked in all sorts for a bit there with Taruva limping around, Buller's shoulder looked like it popped out, Herbert went off, Dewey moved out of the halves. I think it was a really proud effort from the boys, and to only lose by 1 to the reigning premiers, I don't think there's too much negative to take away from this. Yes, it was scrappy, it was a bit of a slinger towards the end, but I'm pretty proud of the boys. Well done. Go Tigers.
Well said.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's given me a little bit of hope, a little bit of Tristan.
Yes.
Because that's how we should all be reacting to that. Yes, they were underdone, like they had a few outs, but we're not, we how many weeks are we in now? 6, 7? And we don't have a bye till 12.
Yeah.
We got a few nigglings kind of carrying around, but we got that depth. And Josh made some good points. I think we should be proud. They are the reigning premiers. And Benji named a few of the players they had playing.
Yep.
Ezra Mam, Adam Reynolds. They're the premiership winning halves.
Of course.
Don't forget about that. Payne Haas played 32 minutes.
Yes.
There's still plenty of talent in that team. So Tony Staggs had a blind out. Like all their superstars stepped up, basically. So I think we can take a bit of pride in going down to the wire and carrying a few injuries. So well said, Josh.
Agree. Good stuff, Josh. Lovely to hear from you. Over now to Ben O'Brien for his thoughts on the game.
Lads, I'm coming live from Finn McCall's in Brisbane. Currently being put to the sword by Brisbane fans. Tigers dribbler living up here. It's tough work. Macassini will come back bigger and stronger from this. Adam Reynolds can get fucked.
Yep.
He only ever plays a 10 out of a 10 versus the Tigers. Shades of that 2-point field goal when he was at Souths. Heartbroken, but we still win the comp.
Yeah.
Love
point.
it. Relentless positivity there from Ben O'Brien.
Raw
Always
relentless.
good to hear from our interstate
Yes.
students
or
as well.
international students. Our student exchange program is thriving this year. We've got people in Vietnam, all over the place.
We do.
In fact, let's go to one of them now. Let's go to Lou. I'm going to move him up the order slightly. Lou, we haven't heard from in a couple of weeks. He's our Northern England student.
I was just thinking about Lou.
Professors, raw emotion from the Northwest campus of the West Tigers Academy. Oh my days. A 9-minute and 8-second roller coaster of highlights from the Campbelltown Academy. Apologies for the absence from lectures. I've had terrible influenza from these fucking wins on the bounce, lads. Come on, 20 points to 21. What are we talking about here? Professors, how do I reach these kids? The West Tigers, we're gonna win the cup.
Wow.
Good to hear from him. It's almost like he's just brushed aside the fact that we learned the other day. Just went, whatever, won a couple.
Yeah.
I've been out of class for a bit, but good to hear him back. Good to have him back in the, mark him off the roll.
Always good to hear his voice. He, again, a lot of positivity here.
Yeah.
You think about we're sitting in third. We lost by 1 to the Brisbane Broncos at Campbelltown.
Yep.
You tell me that at the start of the season, I go, yeah, I'll take that.
Yes.
So let's just refocus, talk about the positives and understand where we're at this far into the season.
Yep.
And go from there.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Lou.
Thank you, Lou. Lovely to hear
helped
from
me.
you. Tom Rich has got one for us. He's got I bumped into him at the Sherwood, and he's also got a bit of an apology for you.
Okay.
It may not have been our night, but we do know one thing. We don't lose, we win, we learn, or we draw. It was a pleasure having a Guinness with you, Hemi, being at your table. Having a Guinness next to you, Hemi. Just to be in your presence. That's a great man. Is this us? And Elliot, I still apologise for calling you Tom.
Oh, those lunatics.
Yes.
Yeah.
They sent that through at 1:30 a.m. for those playing at home as well.
They're the two guys that I put on the Instagram story
Yes,
at
that's them.
Campbelltown.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll tell you what, they get the crowd going.
Yep.
They put on a show. You know those two old men in the Muppets that sit up in the balcony?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
kind of-
They were giving those kind of vibes in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they're great characters.
They are.
So his name is Tom. He called me Tom. So there's a few reasons he might have called me Tom. Maybe he thought I was him. Can't imagine it was that. I had top 61 on the back of my jersey.
Yep.
Maybe he thought that said Tom. Or he's getting confused with my old roundabout crew days.
Yes.
And mixed me up with current Sportsbet employee
Tom Armstrong.
Yep.
Yep.
Which has happened to me a few times as well.
Yep.
We look nothing alike. His head is enormous.
Yes.
He has good facial hair.
Yep.
And Brian McFadden style, Justin Bieber style hair. So don't know where the confusion could come from there, but yeah, I'm not Tom.
Yeah.
Thank you for apologising.
Do you ever get confused with Kenny? Does that ever happen?
No, I don't normally
hasn't
get
happened?
confused with Kenny.
Yeah.
No, not often. I'm tall, he's short.
That's right. That'll be the big difference. All right. Nice one. Well, good to hear from you, though, Tom. It was lovely to share a table with you guys very briefly at the Sherwood as well. I'm sure we'll see you at the grand final, if not before. All right. Last one. We haven't vetted this one yet for the week. It is our man, Reese Smith, the first immortal. We missed him last week. He's been a bit crook with influenza. I assume he's recovered from that now, given that we learned. Let's hear from him.
Just a little quick one here. Look, I'm actually quite happy we lost, to be quite fair, or learnt, whichever way you want to look at it. Leading up to the game this week, everyone was talking about us and how good we were, and I didn't like it one bit.
True.
So now we've had a lesson. Everyone can please kindly stop rubbing our backs, stop tickling in our balls, because we know you hate us. Last year, all you wanted to do was write about us. Right? Stop talking about us. Let's just win the comp in peace. Let's try.
Very well put.
Well
and
summed
he's
up.
mirroring what Benji said in the press conference.
Yep.
Like, oh, wait, you guys like supposed to win that, blah, blah, blah. He's like, that's what you've been saying.
Yeah.
Like, don't put words in our mouth. We're just going about our job.
Don't put anything in our mouth. STFU in a nutshell is what he was saying in that press conference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was. And so was Reece Smith.
he was.
Just let us go about our work. Go about that tradesman-like performance we're becoming famous for.
Yep,
Get out of our heads, get out of our brains,
yep.
get out of our mouths, and let us just, like a tiger almost, prowl in and amongst the reeds
Yep. Until we win the comp.
until
In
we
peace.
until we pounce
On the comp.
and win the comp.
Exactly. Well said.
Thank you.
Couldn't agree more. That is Raw Emotion. ROAR. It's the noise of Tiger. Make sure send your voice notes in to the Win, Learn or Draw Instagram page straight after the game.
Talking about Mariana Trent's depth, though.
So much depth.
A couple
here.
of those names there, I haven't heard before.
Yep.
B, haven't been on for a while.
Yep.
C, are good.
Yeah. Great combo. A great top three there, for sure.
Yeah,
And there's a few, look, I want to get through all that we didn't quite get on today that Depressed Tigers fan want to get you on in the next couple of weeks for sure. Keep firing away. Jaden Taylor, friend of the show.
Yes.
Up there in North Queensland as well.
Yep.
Love your work. We'll get you on in the next couple of weeks. But thank you to everyone for getting involved. And you keep them coming. We love them. It's one of our favourite parts of the show. So get them in maybe a little bit earlier next week because we're going to be recording on Friday Arvo. So straight after that game on Thursday or early Friday morning, get them in and we'll get to them next week as well.
That'll be very exciting after a win. Hey, let's go to a quick break and have a quick chat about the game on Thursday night, and we'll wrap things up. So Thursday night,
Yep.
Canberra Raiders, we go in as pretty red hots again.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they just beat the Melbourne Storm, who are a blight on the league. I don't know if you saw the story up.
I saw. I was like, oh, he's taking a bit of creative license here on the Win, Learn or Draw page, but I'm all for it. Let's go for it while we've got an opportunity.
I just thought it was funny that we've kind of been whacked with that for a long, long time. Like, you know,
Yep.
if we lost 5 in a row, heads would roll. Like,
Yeah.
we would be on the back page of the paper, toothless tigers or something like that.
Yeah, don't give them ideas.
Yeah, but no one's really swiping at Melbourne.
No one's critiquing the dental hygiene of the Melbourne Storm at all.
Toothless Storm. Where's
Yeah.
that?
No,
Where's
where
that
is
headline?
Where's that headline? Haven't seen it yet.
Unbelievable.
Um,
So I just thought, I'd take a little
No, it's fine.
chance to be one
Give
of the
'em
stronger
one.
clubs. Yeah.
Give them one from a distance before we go back down there because last year was not kind to us down there. So,
I don't recall
Any
last year.
opportunity, yeah.
I was out for Italian for Mother's Day with my beautiful wife.
yes, Mother's Day. Yeah, Reece Smith, one of his best voice notes on. Yes, we are red hot favourites in this one as far as the market is concerned. Bit nervous. I always, I don't know. I know you spent a lot of time in Canberra as well. I obviously grew up there. This is a game where if we learn, I know about. I am informed about it pretty thoroughly online. I cop a fair bit, and we have learned 4 of our last 5 against the Canberra Raiders. We did have a great teach against them a few weeks ago, which we covered off in the top 05 Campbelltown wins a few weeks ago.
Yep.
But, no Hudson Young for them this weekend, out suspended. That's a big tick for us.
That's amazing.
So hopefully, Marcia McInnes, if he plays, maybe gets himself into a bit of form opposite Jed Stewart there. Watch this space. I would be hopeful back at the 8th, which has become a bit of a fortress for us, even though it is a Thursday night, which I'd prefer them to be Saturday Arvos or Sunday Arvos. We'll take it, and hopefully we can get the job done here. I would, if we play how we've played the last few weeks, we should beat Canberra.
I think so. I don't think we need to change much, honestly. I thought we largely played well, apart from a few poor periods.
Yeah.
Against the Brisbane Broncos, that 5 minutes prior to halftime, and then the last kind of 10, 20.
Yep.
That's problematic because we did that against the Knights. So we talked about it last week, but if we patch together an 80-minute performance or somewhere within that vicinity, obviously you've got to give it a little bit of leeway for a few minutes here and there. Well, I think we've got a better team than they do.
Yeah.
I heard Timmy talking about it on the Hello Sport stream that will be on this Thursday.
Yes.
That they are now the hunted. They were the hunter last year. They kind of went about their business without the microscope on them, which is what Reece Smith is asking that the media and the fans of the game give us. Just lay off us for a little bit. Now everyone kind of expecting a tough game against Canberra, and they're getting a bit found out. So, yeah, I'm hoping we play like we have been. String together 80 minutes. I think we win comfortably.
Yeah.
Do you want to know how comfortably I think we'll win?
Yeah, I'd love to. I've got a hunch, but yep.
I'm going to go 13 plus.
Yeah, nice. I thought about this one a bit, and after a lot of consideration, I also think the Tigers win 13 plus this week.
Okay. And we're going to throw to Matty, who was a impartial fan.
Yep.
South Sydney fan.
South
He
Sydney
doesn't
fan.
have any kind of
Dog
allegiance.
in the fight, as it were.
A tiger in the fight. Matty, what do you think the result will be? on
Jeez, I
Thursday
wasn't expecting this question. I'm going to go Tigers 13 plus.
night? Wow. Whoa.
How good.
Awesome.
We're unified, very much like the joint venture club that we are. We're
Yep.
all on the same page. Tigers 13 plus. Let's go. Let's get them. And let's get ourselves back in the top 2 where we belong.
Top 2, here we come.